Good day, America. Live from Sun and Fun and a bit overcast today from Fort Williams Park. This is Frank Margell. Today is April 15th, 2014. It's a Tuesday. Oh, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. You can find Fort Williams off a shore road. And I came across the Casco Bay Bridge. I took Route 77, and it's here in close to. It's in Cape Elizabeth, but it's closer to the South Portland side of Cape Elizabeth. Okay. Well, I hope you're having a great Maine day. I gotta cross the street here, and I'll zoom out. I hope you're having a great Maine day. What on earth am I doing here today? Well, why don't you come and take a walk with me for a minute if you can, and perhaps we could chat about what's going on in Fort Williams Park. Now, I've been coming here since I was a kid. I'm still a kid, but it was a few years ago, quite a few years ago. Let's just say at least 40 years ago. But I'm still a kid. Fort Williams is a municipal park improved and maintained by the citizens of Cape Elizabeth. There's no fee to come here and visit. And it is a beautiful park. It's a wonderful place to come. Whether there's tourists here, in the off season, the on season, over there on the hills, you can go sled riding. You can come out here in the winter and spend some time alone with family and friends or just yourself. And this is just a great place to get away from it all. But somehow the park finds its way into the news, into the media. And lo and behold, last night in Cape Elizabeth, to whom the park is entrusted to maintain and run its policies, well, they passed a bill, or a law. Let's just say it's a law. It's a law. And what they did is they discussed several issues: pollution, tourism, the use of the park, and they came up with a ruling. And what's going to happen here at Fort Williams is you cannot use any tobacco. This is what the brainstorming resulted in. With all the issues, it came down to this: citizens that use Fort Williams cannot use tobacco products. No e-cigarettes, nothing. Look, what's really going on here? I don't know if you can see this. I've been coming here since I was a kid. Don't you think there's something else going on here at Fort Williams that has nothing to do with tobacco products? Oh, I do. It's called decay. And it is widespread here at the park. They don't consider it pollution, and if they do, well, the way to manage the park better would be to find a way to preserve these buildings and clean them up. You see what's going on here? I don't see any pollution. I've been coming here since I was a kid. There may be a shirt here, left here, there, or a little piece of plastic or something, but they already have laws. And they're already posted. You know, what you bring in, you take out of the park. There's no trash bins. There's 3 bathrooms down there behind me. There's a couple up here, but they're porta potties. But this park is absolutely pristine and virtually little free. But the media has been on the radio all day today, pumping through the airways that there's a litter problem at Fort Williams. I beg to differ. And of all the years I've been coming here when smoking was socially acceptable, or seemed to be more socially acceptable, I have never run across anybody that has offended me with a cigarette here. It's windy, so bear with me. We are right next to the ocean, and it's a bit overcast. And I think there was once or twice in my life coming here where a citizen was offended with somebody else, and that citizen just went over to the other person and said, "Would you please not smoke around me?" And that was the end of that. So what's all the hubbub? Well, maybe it's a control issue. You know, maybe Fort Williams is subject to the minds of a city panel and their control issues. So, you come to Fort Williams, you have an e-cigarette. If you're chewing some tobacco and you spit, or actually you can't even, I don't know what's going to happen if you get caught chewing it and you don't spit. You might be able to say that you're swallowing it. But you're subject now to a $250 fine. Well, thank you very much, the town of Cape Elizabeth. With everything else going on here in Fort Williams, you nailed it right down to one issue. It's all due to tobacco use. And there's no buts here. I've never really seen an incredible amount of pollution, especially for a public use park. Look, there's like an old beer can. I'll pick it up. Where I'm gonna put it, there's no trash cans here, but you know, here is some of the work that has been done. I'm sure Fort Williams is on your list of places to go. It is every year for me. Look, they've done some incredible work here. And they've done a little parking circle down here. And they've added some new picnic tables. And there's a little parking circle up there. They've made it easier to access the park. What I come here for, and when I come here with family and friends, or sometimes just myself, a loved one sometimes, what I come here for is the lack of signage and the use of common sense, good citizenship and manners. That's always been here. There's always going to be pollution here. What's your opinion? You can find my video at Frank Margell at youtube.com. I'd love to hear from you. This is not all of Fort Williams, obviously, what I've showed you. There is a tremendous amount of parking up there, on the hill up there. And the Portland headlight is around the bend up there, and that's a very popular, one of the most popular lighthouses in the world. But here's some pollution, but this isn't from tourism or from people coming to use the park. This comes from the ocean. And it arrives here from the tide, the flow of the ocean back and forth. But generally, you're going to find this type of pollution isn't being brought in from the park, from the gate that we came in from. It's coming from the Atlantic Ocean. Now, there's a beautiful, beautiful structure up there, and there's some right over there. You can see them. If you get a chance, come to Fort Williams, take a walk, meet some of the folks that use it. You'll find some of the greatest people in the world, whether it's tourist season or not. You know my opinion. There's the 3 bathrooms over there. They're porta potties. Now, if anything is more offensive, it's trying to rush with your child in one hand or your family and friends, and you got to go. And what you're going to find over there is a very offensive odor. I think worse than any tobacco, somebody blowing smoke or something, or trying to, you know, get a cigarette break in to feed their habit or maybe enjoy their cigarette. I don't endorse tobacco use. I think it's great that we regulate smoking, but that's not what's really going to improve Fort Williams. What's going to improve Fort Williams is freedom. Freedom of access. They kind of got that part figured out, but they're filling the place up with signs, and they're trying to control something that they shouldn't. So we could see up to 1,500, 2,000 people any given day here. We got 3 heads here at the beach. You're going to get hit with some offensive odor when you go over here to use those. I kid you not. And that's the real stink. So there you have it. Live from sun and fun, and sometimes overcast and somewhat overcrowded with signage now, and more are coming to restrict how to use what has been here for thousands and thousands of years. It's the Atlantic Ocean. It's some shoreline off a shore road here in Fun and Sun, Cape Elizabeth, Maine, Fort Williams. It's a beautiful Maine day. It's a little overcast, but here comes the Cape Elizabeth Town Council to tell you specifically how to use the park. And if you don't, you're going to pay $250. This is Frank Margell. Please send me a comment. Are you pro? Against? Are we overregulated? Are we living in a society with a bunch of control freaks? I'd love to hear from all of you. Please send me a comment at frankmargell@youtube.com. Once again, have a great Maine day, and I will keep you posted.